Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Happy Monday morning. Hang on here. All right. All right. Still working on my setup, getting it a little better. All right, guys. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everyone is having a good morning. Thanks for being here. My name is Max Convexity. My channel's name is The Cover Caller, and I like to study and make content about cover call and high income ETFs. That's kind of what I do here. But look at this SPY. We even left behind a small gap from the close, from Friday's close. Now we aren't gapping over Friday's range. I mean, we didn't leave behind a gap like here where we gap past the range too, but we gap out of the close a little bit, whatever. That's not that big of a deal. But it is a big deal that we're still above that gap on a real short-term day trading basis. Gaps are positive above and bearish if they get filled and it starts trading on the other side of the gap, of course. All right, so that's the SPY. Let's look at the Qs. We got some big earnings coming out this week. Let's look at Bitcoin. That's a good look. Bitcoin had a pretty serious freaking pullback this weekend. Hey, William. Hey, dividend degenerate. Or maybe I'll start calling you DGen. Need to think of a better. I'm going to start calling you DGen. All right, DGen. Okay. In any event, though, that's good to see. That's good to see. I'm a little afraid. I mean, the bearish case is, well, it's a dead cat bounce, and if you were trying to trade it when we get back here to this area up here, it's probably a sell. All right, that's fine. But hopefully the bulls can get it on the other side of this area up here and maybe get it back into this mean up here at 95. We were trading two-way trading, and it's not like we hit it just for a second. I mean, I was so excited from January 18th all the way to, or no, not 18th, the 13th. January 13th all the way to the 18th. For 5 solid days, we were, trading around we built out a trading range at 95. I mean, gosh darn, that would have been great to stay up there and then take on 100 next, but not to be. We had to revert back here to this area. All right, we'll see what happens next. Hey, we got Retire on Dividends in the house. Hey, Retire. What is up, buddy? Appreciate you being here. I need to check. I need to start. I need to make I was thinking about New Year's resolutions. I need to start. I want to start checking out your Roddy content. Old SB has been telling me you guys have been doing some great stuff over there and that I would love it. And I've had my head up my butt lately, the past quarter trying to work other stuff. I really haven't been trading options that much. I'm trying to make my channel better. But in any event, I want to start checking out that Roddy show and those Roddy strategies. Yeah, SB says it couldn't be any more up my alley. I'll put it on. I need to turn on the bell. I need to turn on the bell. All right, guys. So let's see what else is up. Let's look here as far as what stocks are up the most. And just in my list. Well, let's look at the divas. Here's Blocks. What's Blocks doing down a point today? Blocks is down a point. That makes me mad. ULTY not down a point. ULTY doing a good job. Up a half a point. Great job, ULTY. Let's check out all ULTI. ULTI is flat on the day. It looks like, basically. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I'm just getting used to the setup. Sorry, but I'll start making the shows more regular. I'll get back to the 3 times a day live stream. All right. What else do I want to look at? Oh, yeah. ULTI is flat, but let's check out K-yield. Heck yes, K-yield is my biggest position right now. It and YQQQ are about the same percentage. They're both about 12%, I think, last time I checked. But anyway, it's my biggest bullish position. Let's just put it that way. So good job, K-yield. Good job. Yeah, I sold last Wednesday or something. I sold another third of my ULTY position. I've sold a third, and a third, but I don't have none left. I have about half left. A little bit less. I think I have 40% of the original stake. All right. Well, sorry about that. I don't know if I lost internet for a second. Anyway, I'm not frozen anymore. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a lot of guys, bonds calling dividend degenerate DD. Maybe I just need to start calling you DD instead of DGen. DD's not a bad name. All right, so Max is back. All right, so I was saying, I was talking about funds that I thought were better, had better technology, and I was using Mago as an example of one, and it's actually up today. It's Tuttle's Magnificent Seven Fund. By the way, Tuttle's going to be on the station Friday, so be watching if you want to see Tuttle on the station, right? I need to learn how to talk to the camera. You guys are on the camera. I have bad freaking presentation skills. Okay. So another one that I'm really excited about is Mean Y. Mean Y is actually like blocks. It's down a little bit today. It's down 3/4 of a point. All right, so let's check out gold and silver. I'm going to check out K Gold because it's the gold. It's what I'm using in my model portfolio for my gold exposure. Thank the good Lord, because this thing's a monster. Well, I shouldn't say K Gold's a monster. K Gold's just a fund, but gold is a monster. K Gold's just a strategy. I mean, but you know, it's a good strategy, but it's just a strategy. What's really helping K Gold more than anything is gold. All right, but we'll darn sure take it in either event. K Gold's not hurting us, but I mean, you know, when you're trading a chart like it's hard to mess up a chart like that. I mean, Howard's not going to mess it up. Maybe some people would. Howard's not going to mess it up. It looks like Howard's pretty much getting 1-to-1 upside on K Gold and K Silv, or close. Not really close to it though. If you line up gold versus K Gold, and it's close. Anyway, K Silv. Look at K Silv up 9.4% today. My gosh, this is like the 80s whenever the short squeeze is on. Yeah, does anyone own PIC? Or I hope everyone owns PIC. I don't own PIC. Why don't I own PIC? I mean, you guys always tell me to buy a CAIE, so I'm so busy studying those, I don't have time to look at PIC. Now, I actually have been looking at those. There's some really good closed-end funds lately. I mean, I know you guys know about it because you guys are the ones that told me about it. But yeah, PIC would be a great one to have. Since Marcus is talking about PIC, let's just bring up PIC. Let's see. Yeah, FinBiz. That's right. FinBiz PIC. We looked at PIC the other day, right? I mean, it's only up 19% or 18% year to date. You know, in the third week of the year. That's incredible. But no income though, right? Or small income. I mean, it's small income anyway. All right, let's look at some other stuff. I got some other stuff. I have some other stuff to show you. We're going to go to Stock Tools. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot to share. Okay, at least I remembered that I forgot to share. That's the important thing. You have to remember that you forget to share. All right, stocktools.app. Share. All right. I mean, this is a pretty boring day. Look at the SPY down 4 bips. Q's up 17 bips. Russell's getting murdered right now. And UVXY's up. That's not up. It probably means this resolves downwards. I mean, that's not bullish when Russell's down and UVXY's up. I mean, the rip may be sold here pretty soon. We'll see. I don't know. But I mean, the SPY and Q's look pretty bullish. I mean, so it's all about the materials, consumer staples, communication, finance, industrial, and healthcare are getting hit. XLB, XLP, and XLC and XLE are the places you want to be this morning. Let's look at the high yield funds. This is stocktools.app. I have an affiliate code, stocktools.app/max. If you'd like to try it out, I think you get a free month with that affiliate code. And I think it's a really nice tool. But anyway, let's check it out and see what it says. Like I always say, I'm kind of hyper focused on the funds that have uncapped upside. So that's why I have the Divas list and the understudies. And we're always talking about the same 5 or 10 funds because I think those are the ones that fit my needs best, whatever. But when we go to stocktools.app, we can look at all of them at every fund. May take just a second to load. It's loading a lot of data in there. You guys see the drama on Twitter last night between Brad and that fund manager from AOTG. Maybe we'll look at AOTG in a second. I'm just trying to swerve, but you know me, I like to swerve into other lanes. All right. Best ETF of the day on a one-day basis. And hang on a second. All right, I didn't have something selected right, but now I do. All right. But yeah, that it's just the same old drama. That's you know, it's the same thing Tuttle thinks. Tuttle and a lot of fund managers think cover call ETFs suck, or the cover call strategies suck. In any event, all right. Come on, chart. I need to get my screen where I can look at the comments without looking away from the camera. I'm just trying to get this down better. Maybe, but it probably doesn't even bother you. You guys probably don't even care. Half of you guys are probably listening, not looking, which is fine. Anyway, all right. we're going to talk about that AOTG or whatever. I want to look into that. I think that's a cool fund that I like, and I looked into and wanted to make some content on a long time ago. The symbol sounded familiar. I looked into it a little bit last night, but then I got sleepy. All right, so yes, GDXY. I mean, come on, GDXY is a monster. It was, man. Well, how is GDXY beating K-Gold? What the? I think this is rigged. This is fake news. Gosh darn it. This is a fake news report. There's no way. Okay. I'm calling BS. I'm calling BS. Okay, K-Gold's up 2%. I get the GDXY may be up more than that on the day, a lot more than that on the day. It's up 3%. Okay, let's go back here. Man, I'm glad you guys are up. I love GDXY. I had a bunch of GDXY and sold it for a huge profit, and put a lot of that money into K-Gold and K-Silver. So I'm in on the swing too, on the gold swing trade for sure. I'm just wondering why K-Gold's not on here. Maybe it is if we go down. I just don't think I don't think that I don't think that what's the guy that has this app? I forget his name. Rob. I don't think Rob maybe has maybe he doesn't have it on here yet, because it should definitely be there. It's up 2%. So in any event, all right. That's not that big of a deal. So GDXY, number one, AAPW, Apple finally coming. Apple's had some rough time lately. Apple, up 2.5% today. AAPY up 2.4. Dre up 2.2. Crash doing well today. METW, Fibby. All right, so let's look here for the week and see what's going on. Yeah, Mark, Skeptic. We're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, you saw that. In fact, I saw your comment in Discord, and that's what. And I have. But anyway, so I started doing a little research on it. I don't get the part about I don't get the argument. I agree with the fund manager that I agree with large parts of what the fund manager says and what Total says. It's what I've always said. These aren't for everybody. I've said maybe they're good for maybe 1 out of every 10 investors. They're really good for 2-income families, people that already have money. They have covered call funds can have some great uses, but they also have some uses that aren't so great. So I can see some good points, some points on both sides. The rock argument, I need to study a little bit harder. Okay, let's talk about the funds for a little. Let's talk about these for a little bit. You can see right here, ETF data issues, BRKY and Maggie. So it does not say K-Gold. I just think Rob hasn't got K-Gold on here yet. So anyway, but he watches. He'll see these shows. He watches the show. He'll put it on. So this is for a week. Are you serious? No, it's for a month. I was going to say there's no way. Yeah, I'm looking at what you guys are saying. Yeah, I know it. I guess income market. Yeah, I don't know. All right. I actually copied the tweet and put it in AI, and I'm having AI debate, or give me both sides of it, and maybe we'll talk about it on the night show or whatever. But I wasn't trying to start a fight in this room or make people pick Brad's side or the other guy's side. I was just saying, did you guys see it? I'm just interested in whatever's going on in the community. Whatever debates are out there, I want to know about them. But I'm on the side they aren't for everybody. You know, so I agree with that. I think maybe 1 out of every 10 people get them, but and so I don't feel bad about talking about them all the time because I have a real small channel. I only have 5,000 people. So compared to other influencers, you guys are like the 1 out of 10 people. That's why you're watching this channel. You guys are interested in them or need them or whatever. You guys are the 1 in 10. I'm not out there with the channel with 1 million people telling everyone to get them. We try to stay kind of focused because they do have some, there are a lot of nuances to them, as you know. All right. GDXY 11% on the week. My gosh. I'm still sticking up for my K gold though. We're gonna I'm not giving up on K gold. So let's go. I'm not giving up. The K gold's just as good as GDXY. So 11% on the week. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we can do on K gold. I'm trying to figure out how I could get a week, the week change. We could just pull up a week bar, I guess. These are weekly bars. So last week it went from, well, I guess it opened the week at 33, and now we're sitting at 36. 33 to 36 is 10%. Yes, GDXY is winning. Okay, I'll give up. GDXY is winning. Anyway, they're both doing well. Hey, Mayor, how you doing, bud? Hey, Mark. Appreciate you being here. You were referring to IA. Anyway, so I'm trying to catch up on what you guys were saying. So Income Architect basically said, here, maybe I can do this. Here's an idea. I'll get this stuff down. I'm just, you know what I need? I need one great big curve monitor instead of two big monitors. That's what I need. And I need a trackpad. I'll get it. And a video game chair. I'll get it. All right. Yeah. Okay, but in any case, it's a standard question that every fund manager should be able to answer. So you agree with Brad? Yeah, At least he's honest, and you're referring to who? I don't know who IA is, but anyway, it's whatever. All right, no drama on the morning shows. Okay, no, it's a valid question. When your growth fund is overrate in tech and you get compared to the Qs, which is fine, so you need to be able to tell what your advantage over. Yeah, I got you. I didn't see what started it, so I don't know the origin of it. I've just seen the backlash. Anyway, okay. Well, thanks for explaining that. GDXY, this GDX will make you unlike it pretty fast. I mean, not if you need income. I mean, but yeah, but if you're a growth investor, sure, get GDX. But if you're an income investor, I'd say there's probably not a better income fund in the world this week than GDX, or this month than GDXY, because you're getting NAV and you're getting, now that's no guarantee it's going to happen in the future, but I think GDXY is doing a great job. K Gold, all of these are doing a great job for income investors, and it has nothing to do with the fund. Like I always say, it's because of the underlying. It's all the underlying. I mean, the fund may do 10% of it. I mean, the strategy they do might make the 10% of it, but the 90% of the returns in any covered call fund, I think, is determined by the underlying. Okay, just curious, do any of you guys have baseline funding? Gosh darn it. Let's see, I'm going to do a better. And watch this. Hey, just curious, do any of you have a baseline fund? Meaning if the data shows it doesn't beat, you don't buy it. I know people like that. I mean, I talk to people all the time who won't beat stuff that if that doesn't beat the SPY, So I mean, you hear that all the time, and especially in covered calls, people will get they were in XDTE a year ago when it was beating the SPY, and they're like, this beating the, as soon as it stops beating the SPY, they're out, or then they hate it again. So I think a lot of people, in the covered call space, what I would do is use SPY as and I used to use JEPQ, JEPQ for Qs triple QI for Q, SPY-I or JEP-I for a baseline covered call, reasonable fund, because those are, you know, blue chippy, just like a blue chip baseline. So that's what I would say, Fish. I would use, I use the NEOS funds a bunch. All right, Mayor heard the hard way that IA says, oh, you mean AI? You're saying IA instead of AI? Because that's true. AI is a chronic liar. I'm with you on that, but I was just thrown off by the IA. All right. Yeah, GDXW is way better than, absolutely. Absolutely. GDXW may be, okay, I said GDXY was the best income fund in the world this week, this month, whatever. Okay, you're right. GDXW may be the best income, but you get my point. Those are both of them are good income funds. But yeah, GDXW is doing better, you know, and GDXW could be a good solution. Okay, good, Fish. I was just making sure. Okay. Yeah, I use the NEOS funds. You know, so skeptics saying I'm fine if it doesn't beat the Qs or SPY as long as it does something else, and I am too. Lots of stuff doesn't beat the Q or the SPYs. It can still be a good fund. I mean, anyway, whatever. As long as it does something else and pays a dividend. Yeah, the key, of course, for the dividend. On a growth strategy, of course, I want to beat the Qs and the SPY. But on a dividend strategy, you know, I want other stuff too. But I always think it's important. Try to get as close as you can. You know, I don't expect it to beat the SPY, obviously. But I want one that'll get 90% of the SPY's upside. And that's the whole idea of the buffer report. And that's the whole idea of my whole thing. There's no free money. The whole theory of the station, there's no free money. You're giving up something, you know, blah, blah, blah. You guys all get it. All right, Mark currently owns both GDXW and Kegel. Yeah, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I agree, but I know Mayor's a W fan, and I was saying GDXY is maybe the best fund in the world. I mean, this week, if you could go back a week ago or a month ago and invest in it, it might be that one. I mean, it's one of the top 4 or 5, but yeah, so's GDXW. GDXW does even better on the way up for sure. Oh, Income Architect. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you're saying, Mayor, that okay. I got you. I got you. Okay. All right, so everyone's good, and I figured out how to look at the camera and how to read comments at the same time. So maybe that's what I'll do. Whenever question session comes, I'll do that, and whenever it's charting session, I'll do this. See, I'm turning into a real professional here. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know I haven't been around much lately. Took a little time off over Christmas, but I am back, and I'll get some new content out today. How does that sound? All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all for being here, and I will. I'll talk to you later. Oh, don't forget, not financial advice. Consult a professional advisor. Also, don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel, you can always do it at that address. I know you guys know the address. So I'll hide it. But seriously, don't forget, consult a professional advisor. Have a good day. Hit me up in Discord if you need anything. Yeah, and let's LFG gold and silver. Absolutely. We also want a bull market in temperature. Man, this could be the coldest week ever. I mean, I'm really worried about you guys in the Ohio River Valley and up there in Philly and DC. And it's going to be like 30 degrees below normal or 50 degrees below normal this week. I mean, we just started with the cold. Anyway. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Stay warm. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.